Hello, good evening and welcome to Nationwide at 6 on NDTV. I am Ankit Tyagi. This evening, ladies and gentlemen, the top focus is going to be in Goa, where the properties of the Luthra brothers, the Romeo Lane properties or the franchise is facing the heat of the government of Goa. There is, in fact, bulldozer action that is taking place there. We'll talk about that, and later in the show, we'll also get you details about the SIR showdown in the parliament, where Rahul Gandhi today had some pointed questions for the government, and there has been, of course, a heated response from the BJP as well. Nishikant Dubey, in fact, speaking and hitting out at the Gandhis when he was responding on this debate. But I want to start with what is happening in Goa at this moment after 25 innocent people lost their lives at Birch by Romeo Lane, the club which is owned by the Luthra brothers. The hunt is on for both these brothers, the entrepreneurs from Delhi. But the question, ladies and gentlemen, is that one of them has been spotted in Phuket. Others say that they have fled off to Dubai. Did somebody tip them off? Or was it something they knew that there is criminal negligence on their part and that's why they fled the country? And on the other hand, another restaurant of Romeo Lane, the Birch by Romeo Lane, a similar restaurant, different location. In fact, this is Vagator in Goa. Today, we saw bulldozer action on this one. It's absolutely bizarre that the administration in this country and now in Goa has just become a show and tell kind of an administration, a reactive administration. What were the norms that this restaurant violated? Because I'll tell you why. Initially, 2 years back, the restaurant which caught fire, there was a demolition notice and violations which were flagged of this restaurant. A demolition notice was given. The authorities at that point of time turned a complete blind eye, and now just to satiate the public anger, they have decided, let's go and demolish the other restaurant. I'm sure there will be violations in this restaurant as well. But why action after 25 people lost their lives? Why action on a restaurant, on a similar, on a chain restaurant, which is happening now, when the demolition of the other restaurant where 25 people died should have happened in time? Who were the officers? Who were the people, those who were saving them? That remains a big question. I want to very quickly, at this moment, all right, we'll go across to our colleague in just a short while from now. But I want to also tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the police have not been able to, in fact, arrest so far Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra. Because NDTV has learned the reason for this is that that both of them have fled the country. We have accessed, I want to play out these exclusive images of Saurabh Luthra, who has, in fact, Gaurav Luthra, who has fled to Thailand. Image that you are seeing is the image that has been caught in Phuket in Thailand. This is him undergoing the biometrics check at the airport. The picture was taken at 11:30 a.m. on 7th of December. Now, this image confirms Luthra brothers, at least one of them, is in Thailand. This is right after the fire at Birch by Romeo Lane, which killed 25 people. Now, the CBI has reached out to Interpol and is seeking their assistance to hunt for these brothers who are said to have fled to Phuket. According to senior Goa police officials, they had already submitted an application to the CBI, and now a blue or red corner notice for the Luthra brothers is going to be issued. The Delhi police personnel were also seen at the residence of the Luthra brothers. I want to very quickly at this moment just put together a timeline for you of how both these brothers, right after what happened on December 7, have fled. On December 7 midnight, the deadly fire takes place at Birch by Romeo Lane in Goa, which kills 25 people, 5 tourists, 20 of their own staffers. At 5:30 a.m., same early morning, the owners of Birch leave the country. Whether somebody helped them, tipped them off that now the action is going to be, or they spooked They knew that they are going to be under scrutiny and they decided to run away from the law. And hence at 5:30 a.m., they just left the country. December 7th, 11:30 a.m., Gaurav Luthra is spotted. That's the exclusive picture that we have at Phuket airport in Thailand. And then on December 8th, the Goa police reaches out to the Interpol for Interpol notices for both these brothers. Searches on December 9th, that is today, have also been conducted at the residence of the Luthra brothers by Delhi police. Now, let me very quickly first go across to my colleague Akhil, who is joining us, who has been covering this story from Goa. Akhil, behind you, I can still see the bulldozer, which is in fact in action, breaking Birch by Romeo Lane, a restaurant owned by the same group at Vagator. First, tell our viewers, just show us around what's happening. And then, of course, we'll talk about whether there have been, some violations that this restaurant is also accused of.
You see, this is not the first time that such anti-encroachment drive is going on at this very place. So behind me, you can see the visuals that there are two JCBs which are, and the anti-encroachment drive is going on right now. So if you see, there was a larger portion which was basically enclosed by the Romeo Lane club owners. So this entire area is being cleared off by the district administration. When we have spoken to the district administration officials, they have said that in the month of July, they have wiped out, they have cleared this area. But again, the Romeo Lane club owners basically recreated this entire area. They have basically reworked it and started the club functional again. So if you see right now what we are saying, that if you just go by the visual, the action is going on right now. The entire frontal portion of this Romeo Lane club has been dismantled by the district administration over here.
Okay, but it seems, Akhil, at this moment, what they are trying to do is, of course, try and dissipate the anger because what is happening at this moment is that, there was a demolition notice which was given to the Birch where the fire took place. And now because of the anger, suddenly they are taking action. Bulldozer sort of justice that is taking place in Goa. The fact remains, has there been any drive that has been conducted in Goa against all these shacks and restaurants? Is somebody checking anything?
They're speaking to some of the officials in the tourism department as well. Because this area, this beach area basically comes under the tourism department. The officials have been constantly reminding us, saying that this is not any kind of illegal activity. This is the which was planned long back. Enclosed area which was basically owned by and contained by these two brothers, Saurabh Luthra and Gaurav Luthra. And if you see, Ankit, what has happened on the 7th of night when that unfortunate incident took place at around 11:45 p.m. After that, both the brothers within 5 hours fled from the country and they went to Phuket. So right now, the investigation is currently underway. And if you see what we have been getting the information from the police sources that are the brothers, and right now, those two individuals from Thailand.
All right, thank you so much for joining me with all those details from the area where the demolition, of course, is taking place. This is, in fact, the visuals that were caught earlier at Vagator where the demolition drive started. And, it's absolutely bizarre that suddenly the administration wakes up and starts taking this action. I want to very quickly go across at this moment to Ms. Kiran Bedi, former top cop, lieutenant governor, politician. She in fact is joining us at this moment. Ms. Bedi, thank you so much for speaking to us. I want to understand from you, ma'am, demolition action is taking place right now. It seems like a knee-jerk reaction. Both the brothers have fled. Could all this happen without the collusion of the authorities? 25 innocent lives have been lost.
I think they've left the shores knowing knowing that the arrest is coming. And I think they've done it overnight. So they've been very, very smart. They've not waited for investigation or FIRs to take place because the whole town was talking about it. The media was talking about it. So I think they fled. They wasted no time. To my mind, they're very sharp. But it won't be long before they will come back. But the question here is, please focus on the local administration. And in the local administration, do not exclude elected political leadership, starting from member parliament to the area MLA, the area deputy commissioner, district administrator, the panchayat, all of them are elected. So what are they elected for? What are they elected for? And do you know, none of these things can survive with these kind of illegalities without their protection. Absolutely. So in this case, the Sarpanch, Panchayat has reported against him. Why did the Sarpanch and the Panchayat not follow up the matter? Did they write to the concerned administration, chief minister, if they got letters on record? Why did they give up? Did they give up or were they silenced? I think the challenge here is local administration. Unless we start now making our elected representatives of these areas accountable, then they will only have the cake and eat it too, and do not be accountable.
Can I request you to just stay on with me for a moment? I request you to just stay on with me for a moment. I want to go across very quickly to Amit Khanna, our colleague who's joining us from the Bangkok airport. He is, in fact, boarding a flight to Phuket to try and see where these fugitive brothers are at this moment, responsible for, of course, the death of 25 people. Amit, I believe you are at this moment in the process of taking off from Bangkok to Phuket. What are we learning about these brothers at this moment?
So I'm at the Suvarnabhumi airport. I need to board a flight in next 1 hour to Phuket. And so far, what we know is that they checked into a resort in Kathu district in Phuket, and yesterday they checked out to another location. Upon my arrival, I'll try to find out which is the next destination for them, and the authorities do have a way to find out as to where these accused are located in Thailand.
Are the authorities in Thailand aware that there is a hunt on for these two men, those who are the owners of Birch by Romeo Lane, and are they also cooperating with the Indian agencies?
No. I spoke to the Indian embassy today in the morning. There is no official communication from the government of India so far. So, but unofficially, media reports, the Thai authorities have got to know of the incident and the accused fleeing to Thailand.
Very quickly, before I let you go, I just want to also confirm with you, both these brothers are in Thailand, because we have the picture of one of them, Gaurav Luthra, when in fact the biometrics at the Phuket airport were going on. What about the other brother? Are both of them confirmed to be in Thailand?
Absolutely. So unofficially, the immigration authorities have indicated that there were two male, which is Gaurav and Saurabh, and they were accompanied by a female person who got the visa on arrival with them.
Thank you so much, Amit. We'll let you go at this moment. He is, in fact, our colleague who's trying to track down both these brothers in Thailand to try and see and ask at least those questions. Because make no mistake about one thing, as Dr. Bedi was saying, Dr. Bedi, let me bring you back. While we were speaking to my colleague, there should be zero mistake about the fact that this is they should be charged with conspiracy. They knew that they did not have the NOCs. The local authorities knew. This is willful murder, isn't it, ma'am? And what will it now take to bring them back?
Now it's a process which will follow, and legal process will follow. Now all the legal process will follow, and that will either time consuming. It all depends on I think the visa does not last long. I think it's about 30, if they've gone that kind of visa. That means they have to come back, and the Thai authorities will cooperate and send them back. I think the Thai authorities could. Now, that is where the Ministry of External Affairs gets involved, because I'm not aware of the right law and the rule, but I think that's where External Affairs steps in. But the question is, I think we are still not focusing on elected officials at all.
Yes.
I've not seen any media pointing out who is, and name them. Please name the MLC, name the Sarpanch who did a good job or not, name the district collector. I think unless we start naming these people, it will not work.
Okay, ma'am, you're right. But the fact is that while the local authorities, and I'm sure action should be taken again, do you see this as a knee-jerk reaction on the part of the government as well? While 25 lives have been lost, now suddenly they are speaking about rolling out the bulldozer. But all this goes, for so many years. It seems to be an entire environment of collusion just for greed and profit that is existing in Goa.
Ankit, I don't see magisterial inquiry, because if it's going to be amongst the same local people, it will not do justice, and public memory being short, it will be forgotten. You recently had Jaipur fire. You had another Kamla Mills fire. It's not the first one. It's all recent. So therefore, we are forgetting that and now remembering this. We'll forget this another 1 month from now. So I think we should start naming. Let that person come back to say, nahi, maine ye kiya tha. मैंने इनको बोला था मत करो, बताओ कहाँ मना किया था. So Sarpanch is a response. This is, Sarpanch has to be compensated fully. The local MLA has to be compensated fully. The district magistrate, either he's indifferent in his work or he's compensated, I do not know. But the point is, this is what the job of an IAS young officer of a district collector is. What are the roles these district collectors are playing, whether it's polluting industry, or whether it's no licenses? What are they doing? These are young, brilliantly serving officers chosen by merit and then trained by the huge cost. What kind of duties are they performing? If I tell you, in this country, if the district collector gets functioning, and there's just about 220 some other district, 220 district collectors and 220 MLAs of that area, if they deliver, nothing like that, चिड़िया भी नहीं आएगी. अगर ये दोनों decide कर ले, unless dono not decide, so I would think we need to fix the responsibility at the right level where they are accountable directly. Right. Don't go for small fires. See, वो छोटा पियन वो मान लेता बात, तो डर के अपनी नौकरी बचाने के लिए उनके कहना मान लेता है.
You're absolutely right, ma'am. It's not about the small fish here. There has to be an example that needs to be set. It's just not the Luthra brothers. Also, the local administration and the government will have to take responsibility, because thank you for joining us at this moment, ma'am. But as I was saying, all of us, would want to take a break, would want to go to places like Goa. But at what cost? At what cost? The negligence of authorities and the greed of the owners can't be the last holiday that anybody takes. This should be the last, in fact, example at least needs to be made, so that people don't end uselessly, without needlessly lose their lives in incidents like these. There is a breaking news coming in on the broadcast regarding this story. In fact, Interpol has issued a blue corner notice against the Luthra brothers. This, as we were speaking about how they have been seen in Thailand, in Phuket. Now the blue corner notice has been issued against the Luthra brothers on the request of the Indian authorities. In fact, the Goa police had put in this request yesterday itself, and now a blue corner notice has been issued against the Luthra brothers. Now, what will this do? Like I was talking to my colleague earlier, the Thai authorities officially are not involved in the investigation. Now they will be duty bound, of course, to try and track these people so that they can be brought back and can face the full wrath of the system of the Indian law when it comes to this case. All right, let me go across to my colleague Akil, who's in Goa, getting us the latest details. Akil, now at least some movement forward. A blue corner notice has been issued. This means officially now the Thai authorities will also have to jump in, look for these people, and help the government of India to bring them back. All right, I've lost that line with Akil. We'll keep getting you the latest on this. The blue corner notice has now been issued against the Luthra brothers. The Luthra brothers are now facing the heat of the law in India. FIR under multiple sections. Gaurav and Saurabh Luthra have always lived a very lavish life because, they are owners of multiple clubs and restaurants. And one thing is clear, they have always found a way to cut corners in order to fuel the kind of lifestyle that they have. Take a look at this report of what we know about these Goa nightclub owners.
Nightlife glamour and glitz. That's the image Romeo Lane built for itself. But behind the bright lights and celebrity photos is a tragedy that has shocked the nation. 25 people have died in a fire at one of their clubs in Goa. The spotlight now turns to its owners, Saurabh and Gaurav Luthra, and their extravagant world. The Luthra brothers weren't unknowns in the party circuit. Their brand, Romeo Lane, expanded quickly from Delhi to Goa, promising a luxe, high-energy nightlife experience. Their social media presence seemed to confirm the hype. Holiday pictures, private dinners, celebrity selfies. Among the faces seen alongside them, big names of Bollywood and pop culture. Actors like Jacqueline Fernandez, along with high-profile party scenes enjoying champagne and glamour. To many, Romeo Lane was the kind of place you go to be seen. Entry was more than just a reservation. It was a ticket to a world of influencers, nightlife, and media-worthy moments. The Luthras, enjoying the trappings of success, seemed to curate not just a club, but a lifestyle. Their posts showed destinations abroad, luxurious living, images that screamed elite. But behind the glamour hid serious risks. The recent fire at their club in Arpora, North Goa, at Birch by Romeo Lane, claimed 25 lives. Initial investigations suggest the blaze was triggered by fireworks used during a performance. The club's wooden interiors, narrow exits, and lack of proper safety clearances turned what might have been a festive night into a disaster. For years, Romeo Lane stood for nightlife aspirations, for hangouts with Bollywood bigwigs, for weekend escapes, for being part of an in-crowd. The Luthras curated an image that many envied. But now, in the flames of Arpora, that dream is shattered. As investigations begin, the world watches to see whether accountability will match the glamour that once hid behind those club doors. Bureau Report, NDTV.